Have you ever felt that listening is so difficult? The questions in the tasks are not as same as what you hear in the audio. The reason behind the technique is called paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means saying something in a different way using different words or grammar, but the meaning stays the same. For example, in the task, they said that coffee shops were compared to universities, but in the audio, it is said that coffee shops became places where people could meet to exchange ideas. Some people said these places performed a similar function to universities. Here, compared to and performed a similar function to have the same meaning. In the listening test, many keywords in the questions are changed in the audio. So, you cannot just listen for the same words. You must listen for different words with the same meaning. There are 3 common paraphrasing techniques that you usually see in the listening tests, including using passive and active voice, using synonyms, which means the words with the same meaning, and using different expressions. Now, let's discover the first technique, passive voice and active voice. Sometimes, a sentence in the question uses the passive voice, but in the audio, it is active voice, or the opposite. The meaning is the same, but the grammar changes. For example, the statement in the task is, "A meal is provided in the hotel." But the audio said that, "You can get a meal in the hotel here." "A meal is provided" is the passive form of "you can get a meal." They change the grammar form but have the same meaning. Now let's practice a little bit. Listen and answer this question. The rooms are cleaned every morning by the staff. Now you have 5 seconds to choose the correct answer. The correct answer is A, because are cleaned is the passive form of staff cleans. Next, the most common paraphrasing technique is using synonyms. Words are changed, but the meaning is the same or similar. For example, the statement is, "Training needed in how to produce documents," and the audio is, "We need volunteers to help residents create documents." Produce and create mean the same in this context. Now let's practice a little bit. Listen and answer this question. We are looking for a person who can help customers at the front desk. Now you have 5 seconds to choose the correct answer. The correct answer is C, because our help and assist mean the same in this context. The last technique is using different expressions, which is also the most difficult technique because the words and phrases change completely. Therefore, it is quite difficult for the listeners to understand. For example, question is, vacancies for waiters, but the audio is, could you tell me what kind of staff you are looking for? We're looking for waiters at the moment. Vacancy means a job that is available. In this context, we can understand that kind of staff is paraphrased into vacancies. Now let's practice a little bit. Listen and answer this question. They will carry out a small project to explore the topic in more depth. Now you have 5 seconds to choose the correct answer. The correct answer is C, because carry out a small project can be understood as do a research activity. Now you understand the strategy. Let's do some practice listening tests in the practice section to master this strategy. With constant practice, you can improve your listening skills.